So I'm starting by using a CBD and hemp seed oil foaming cleanser from ColorUp Therapeutics. It has 0.3% THC and it will help exfoliate and nourish the skin. It is safe for all skin types and it has jojoba and aloe oil in it as well that will help keep the skin hydrated and won't over dry the skin and strip the skin of essential oils that it needs to maintain the perfect pH balance. Now, as you can see, I'm using different hand techniques while massaging in this cleanser. On the cheeks, I'm kind of using the beds of my hands, and then on the forehead, my fingertips, and then doing some circular motions, kind of shaking up the skin a bit to help penetrate that cleanser deeper and to give me the results that I'm looking for. Now I'm going to remove the face cleanser with a warm towel. I'm going to let the steam stay on until I have the towel completely pressed down on her skin. And then I will turn the steam off and wipe the face off. Now you want to use like a microfiber type of material so it doesn't cause any micro tears in the skin and won't leave behind any lint or debris from a regular towel made out of cotton. Next, we're going to go ahead and get into the microneedling part of the facial, and I'm using the Dr. Pen microneedling pen with the detachable 100 nanoneedles, and I have it on the lowest setting and it's on about 1.75 depth. And as you can see, I wet the skin with distilled water and I'm just going in, holding the skin taut and doing circular motions to make sure I'm evenly microneedling the surface. Now with microneedling, you will have some pinpoint bleeding, and that is good. That's what we want because that blood is going to help increase the collagen production in the skin, which will give her basically like baby skin. Once the healing process is over, it's going to help turn over her cells faster, so her acne scars and blemishes will fade away much quicker than the normal 28 to 30 day period. Now, microneedling is safe for almost all skin types except for very sensitive and rosacea types. So if you have dark spots, acne blemishes, fine lines, wrinkles, stretch marks, sagging skin, microneedling is the service you want to get. So you just want to create a slip on the skin with the distilled water and hold taut, and you can do small circular motions throughout the whole face. You can also do the gliding motion where you go up and down the skin. I would suggest starting with the circular motion to get you and the client comfortable with doing it, and then go into another type of technique. The forehead is the most sensitive area because the skin is so thin there. So you might have more bleeding on the forehead than you do the rest of the face. That is okay. I'll show you what we'll do with the blood once we're done. So I'm just going to keep microneedling her skin on the lowest setting for the first pass. I would recommend only doing 1 or 2 passes depending on your client's skin and pain tolerance. If it's their first microneedling service, I would start with just 1 pass, and then their next service you can do 2 passes, but I would never go more than 2 depending on the area. So now I'm going to go ahead and change the setting to the second highest speed on the pen. I did not change the depth of the needles, however, but this is going to be causing the microneedles to penetrate faster but at the same depth. So basically I'm doing the second pass, I'm doing the exact same thing I just did in the first pass, doing small circular motions because her skin is so sensitive as far as the breakouts, and there's so many of them. I don't want to change the technique and cause any extra bleeding from bacteria from the acne, so I'm just going to do the circular motions, avoiding the breakouts that we have on the skin. And the forehead, again, like I said, is very sensitive, but just hold really taut and they will be fine. Now once you're done with microneedling your client's skin, you're going to want to rub in any excess blood that's on the surface, and that's going to cause collagen renewal. Next, we're going to go into extractions. It is very important to do extractions post microneedling, so you don't microneedle any acne bacteria or other oil and dirt back into the skin. In this facial, I'm using an extraction tool. You can use cotton swabs, 4x4s, your fingers, but I prefer the extraction tool. These two acne pustules were deep under the skin, so my fingers were not getting them. So guess what I decided to do? That's right, we're gonna lance it. Now when you do lancing, you want to have it at like a 45-degree angle and slightly poke at the top of the skin to create a small opening, so that way when you go back in with the extraction tool, it'll be able to pop out way easier and it'll be much more comfortable for the client. And don't worry about bleeding, that is normal. Just keep going. And I lanced again. And just give it a little push and squeeze and pop. There it goes. And since she is bleeding a little bit more than normal, I'm going to just go ahead and put a little cotton swab on that one just to stop the bleeding and keep on going with my extractions. Try to show y'all, but as you can see, my camera was not in focus, but that was a great blackhead, okay? Just trust me. Now her skin is really congested in her cheeks area. She does work in the hospital and she has to wear a mask for her whole shift, so it is causing her to have a few more breakouts than normal and oil and sweat being trapped inside of her mask. So I'm going to just keep extracting and try to decongest her skin a little bit. Now extractions are not the most comfortable part of a facial, but they are the most needed part of the facial. Because it doesn't matter what you're going to do as far as the service, if you don't do extractions, it's a waste. So I'm just poking around, trying to see if I can find anything. And I don't want to irritate the skin too much since we just did microneedling and that's such an intensive service. So I'm just trying to get the stuff that's easily coming to the surface, and then on her next service we'll do a deep cleansing facial and really get in there and extract the ones that were kind of harder to get out this time. And the nose, everyone hates the nose, but that's where all the gold is. All the blackheads and whiteheads and oil and debris. So lightly apply pressure and those whiteheads and blackheads will easily slip out. And around your hairline is where a lot of more blackheads will lay, and that's because of the hair products we use. The sweat all builds up around there. Your eyebrows are also another area where blackheads may be, because again, it's hair and you can sweat in your eyebrows on your forehead and it gets trapped. And lastly, we're going to add the Remedy Treatment Oil from ColorUp Therapeutics. It contains 0.3% THC and it is perfect for microneedling, as it will help in aiding fading the dark spots, acne blemishes, and giving her skin a nice, even, and hydrating glow without being too heavy as a traditional oil. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos from Total Skin and More.